Today we're going to be installing something that I've been wanting for a while now. Just been having a little difficulty finding the right size. A Tach-O-Meter. So playing around with it, little guy wouldn't really fit in there too conveniently. I do want to see my engine temperature gauge. So this is a little bit of a positioning mix between two videos. Kevin from OK Garage and the other gentleman, big thanks. I'm going to put it right here on top of the brake fluid reservoirs. Wires are going to snake in. I'm not even going to cut into it, and they go down through the brake fluid reservoir and I take them out the bottom here. We get 4 wires: green, black, red, and white. Next, I want to take out 4 screws, 2 right here and 2 right here, to take off the column cover. Also, just as an easy thing, you can pop out this little ring cover. It's a little plastic piece, rubber piece, excuse me, and that'll make it a lot easier to get in and pop this off. As you see, I already popped it off. Once we open up the steering column, we're going to be focusing on this connector. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is going to release the rest of these wires from that and put in a little loop or a little clip for our ground, for our black. Alright, I don't have a test probe, so we're just doing my multimeter. I have it connected to ground, set on 20 volts. And here we are going to check which one of these bad boys comes on when we crank the car up. So this one's dead. I remember recalling it's supposed to be black with red. So let's see, that's at 0. And when we crank it up, it gets power up to 14 volts. Good. So that is going to be where the red wire from the Tach-O-Meter is going to go, along with the black and red pin coming out, second one in from the corner. And just give him a nice good shove, make sure he seeds. Good. Okie doke. So just to recap, right now we connected the power. This is going to go with the ignition. We want to make sure it turns on when we turn the key for the ignition on. Furthermore, we also connected the green wire, which is for the coil. It's going to be picking up from the coil when it's firing. As this guy that stands alone, he's not in a harness. And the black wire, I just routed up. I found a nice little ground here with an eye loop. I looped it in. That only leaves our white wire from the Tach-O-Meter, which is going to be our illumination. It's pretty much going to come on when the headlights come on, so we have some backlight when we're driving in the night. For the green wire, which is going to be off the coil, is going to be gauging when the firing is happening. We want to tie in to the solid yellow wire on the wiring harness that comes out of really the middle of the vehicle, away from the steering column. You should see that that is going to be responding when you rev the engine, and we just tied it in like that. And to finish up, we put on the rubber little grommet for the keychain ring. Here we want to bring these together, and you want the teeth to line up. I'm gonna have to put the camera down for this, but you can line it up, and you should just press it in. Here a clip, and then we can put in our screws. To position it, you just kind of squeeze it down like you're squeezing a hamburger, maybe before you eat it. And you'll hear a clip, and you just give it that sort of pinch, and you should hear a clip all around. There we go. And now we can put in our screws. On this specific Tach-O-Meter, you need to also adjust how many cylinders it's set for. Coming out of the factory, they set it to an 8-cylinder engine. I'm pushing a 4-cylinder. I have a Sambar. A lot of K-trucks, just as a reminder, have 3 cylinders, so this would not work. For a Sambar, it totally does. So you want to go in the back here, and you get the smallest screwdriver you have. I found a good one, and I don't know if you ever bought like sunglasses. They give you these little itty bitty screwdrivers that I never use. Here was perfect. Screwdriver goes in there. You can see the Phillips head, and you need to turn it until it points at the 4 position. Can't say it's perfectly pointed there, but 4 is the smallest, so I cranked it all the way to the smallest, and my idle did go up a bit. Right now we're probably around like 900. Before that it was around like 300. So this is more like it. Let's see if we rev. Seems proportionate. Gonna play with it a little bit more.